I've been toying with the idea of making a YouTube channel for over a year, for almost a year and a half. Posted my first video last December. Um, I have a lot to say. I guess if you know me in person, you know that about me. That I'm a person with a lot to say. I have a lot of reasons for why my voice is important. We're not going to get into that right now. But I felt compelled. I'm just going to make this video. Look, I have tears in my eyes. And let me explain why I'm making this video. I just thought, I'm press record. Just press record. You're never going to look exactly how you want to. You're never going to say exactly what you want. And the point of this, one of the points of making this channel is for my own self anyway, as far as like my lifelong journey to be vulnerable. So why not be vulnerable and just let it all out? Okay, so today was a very rough day. um, I did not enjoy today. And it was a day full of tears. It was a day where I'm just like, get it together, get it together, get it together. But, and then I'm going through buying groceries online, getting them delivered to me. And then I thought about, actually, I wasn't thinking about anything, truthfully. I was just going through the motions of my night, thinking, this was a crappy day. I'm hungry. I don't know what I'm going to do right now. Then I go on to Facebook, and I go on and I see that my church has a live video going, and people that attend a certain, like, Bible college, these students ages 18 through 24 put together a whole service online because of the pandemic. Everything's online, right? Regarding the church anyway. But they put together this whole service. So I joined at the very end of the worship, and then I'm hearing these different young students talk about the Bible, and I'm hearing these young students talk about sharing examples in their own life and then relating it back to the Bible. Um, and then I was thinking about it. And it made me so happy because even though sometimes like we go to a church and maybe a church has a certain style of how people speak when they go up there to the podium and speak, right? The pulpit, they may have a certain way that they sing. But I was encouraged by the fact that these students, even though they might have sounded like a similar style to the church I go to, because after all, they're part of that church, but they were using like examples from their stage in life. And then when I was observing these young people, like I wasn't even observing them closely, right? I was just honestly like taking it all in. And I was just like so thankful that I happened to just I happened to just play that video at that moment. And when I was listening and was viewing everything in front of me, I was noticing like different strengths that each of these young people had. And it made me feel so good. First of all, the topic was, oh goodness, I don't even want to summarize it. It was like the childlike trust. It was the childlike trust that children have in their parents, but it's like having that level of faith in God and letting your worries go to God, relinquishing that control, giving it to God. That's just the basic. I'm not going to get into what scripture it's in. Honestly, this video is for everyone, regardless of what faith you may or may not have. Like, I'm making this because it's top of mind for me, but it's extending beyond just a conversation about faith, okay? What this is about is young people, is what it's about, and it just came to me. Because so I observed, like, strengths within these young people. One of them was the ability to be like conversational without being rehearsed or staged and having like a relatable example. She mentioned how she was getting really frustrated about dating. She was going back into the dating world, and she took the worry upon herself instead of releasing it to God. And I was thinking, dang, like that's way topical. I mean, someone her age, like in the 18 to 24 range, like honestly, at what age are you not scared of dating? Let's get real with it. But but the way she was approaching it, I just felt it was very conversational. And honestly, it was a topic that you really don't hear enough about in church, in my opinion. But that's a whole other topic. But I appreciated like the strength I saw within her, and then the strengths I was seeing in these other young people, right? That's just one example. And then on Facebook, once that was done, I saw a clip of American Idol came up, and she's a 17-year-old singer, Aliana Jester, and she had been through a lot in her life, but yet she had this strong voice. And she shared about how when she was younger, like 3, 4, 5, she would look up and hear her mom sing. She was in a bunk bed. She would look up or down and hear her mother sing. And she shared, other personal stories of the hardship she had gone through in recent times. And she was only 17, you guys. So again, very similar age to these 18 to 24-year-olds. I was just watching worship and talk about the Bible and talk about Jesus and talk about life. And what was so incredible to me, and it goes back to what they were talking about in the sermon they created about the childlike faith. And this is my take on it. And so I have a niece, and when I'm around her, she's like, you can see the light in her. As we go through life, there are events in life that are really trying at all various kinds of ages, right? Could be various times through our day. There are trying times. But guess what? Sometimes we allow our light to diminish and diminish, and it fades. And sometimes people let their light completely go out. But one of the beautiful things about children is you can see their light. You can see their zest, their joy. You can see they don't have fear sometimes in that much. Like, yeah, like my niece sometimes will be so fearless, and it's amazing. Because sometimes we learn that fear as we get older, And so I was watching these young people, and I was thinking, I don't even know how it just popped into my mind, but so these 18 to 24-year-olds are seeking to be like leaders in Christian settings, or even leaders within their home, leaders within wherever they are, right? And that singer on American Idol wants to be a leader within her field, like in a sense. But we have leaders all around, and they don't have light in them. They've allowed that light to diminish. They've allowed that light to fade so much that they don't even remember how it looks, how it feels anymore. And I think that's one of the biggest problems with what's going on in this country and what's even going on in this world. When you just have old ideas, when you just have old ways of doing things, when you have just certain groups of people making decisions with certain beliefs, certain values, you're eliminating so much from being brought to the table. You're eliminating so much goodness that could benefit many people. And I just thought about the light that I could see within these young people still existed at ages 17 to 24. And it was refreshing. And maybe it was refreshing because today my light was flickering and I was so frustrated. And I'm thinking, I want to call it a day and that's it. I didn't. And I went through my day. That's the beauty of youth. The beauty of youth is that there are these vast number of ideas that can be generated. And some people are going to say, but what about the life experience? Okay, I get that. Life experience is so valuable, and I totally agree and understand and get that. But just think about this. At the end of the day, if you're doing the same old things and nothing's helping the majority of the people, there's something wrong. There's a lot that's broken. And so I think we need to remember, instead of calling people names and minimizing the significance that people can hold, the value they hold, what they can offer, I think we need to remember that people are given gifts for a reason. And there's so many young people that are given gifts and they are in a variety of settings and they're not listened to, they're not respected, they're not valued, they're underappreciated, they're not taken seriously. Like, what do you know? What would you know? What have you gone through in life? But what have you gone through in life? And have you let that light diminish? Because maybe that person over there, that's 18, maybe they don't have a ton of life experience, right? But maybe they have a lot of ideas and we can draw from those ideas. And we can use those gifts to improve things in the setting that they're in. And then, of course, I related it all back to politics because I don't know. Immediately, I was thinking, gosh, if there were young people, I trust I trust a lot of young people that still have light in their eyes, that have light behind them, so much more than currently what's going on in this country. Sometimes people think we that like no, they need the wealth of experience, they need to understand the systems that are in place, et cetera, et cetera. Well, if you're in America or if you're observing America, um I have a lot of ideas about what could be done. And one of those ideas is dismantling a lot of systems that exist within America and completely starting from the ground up. And you know what would be beneficial is hearing from some young people. And you know why that would be beneficial? Because sometimes you need to hear from those who don't have limits, who don't have boundaries, who have just sheer ideas. Just listen to the ideas. I'm not saying you have to take them always at face value, but that can generate a little seed that we can then draw from. And what I'm telling you is I'm going to be hopeful in this video. I'm not going to be negative. But I feel encouraged that there are people like younger than me. I'm 37. Younger than me that could be the change agents in the world that we need them to be. And instead of just dismissing them because they don't have life experience, maybe we can lend an ear. Maybe we can be a mentor. Maybe we can offer resources. So I just hope for that. And I hope that Regardless of what age we are, we'll see the gifts and strengths within one another. Because even if you don't like the person next to you, they have a strength or two, you know? So, this is my video. And I didn't anticipate to look so busted. But this is me, y'all. This is me. And you know what? This is my exercise in vulnerability. So, this is me. I look so trashy. I look trash-tastic. But, yeah. I'm just going to get this out there to the world. So I guess that's my one bright spot in the day. The light that's still within people, especially young people. Thank you for watching, and thank you for sharing your light with others. And if you feel like your light has dimmed, and if you feel like you don't even know how to get where to generate that light anymore, try to give yourself some quiet time and think about what you've allowed to diminish that light. Because sometimes it's people we've allowed to diminish our light. Sometimes it's environments. It could be jobs. Sometimes it could be certain responsibilities we've taken on. Just think about it. If you feel like your light is diminished and you want more of your light back, give yourself quiet time. Because you can still get it back, and you can become a better version of who you remember you were, or even a better version than you ever knew could be possible. So I hope you guys are having a good day. And again, thank you so much for watching. Please like, please share, please subscribe. I look rough, y'all, but you know what? It's only going to get better from here. Bye.